What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? How y'all
Hey
living?
guys.
We on the whole nother side of the couch now. We're gonna get every section of this couch. The next episode gonna be over here somewhere. No, I'm just kidding. What's up, sweetheart? How you doing?
Good.
Let's do a quick check-in on a scale of 1 to 10. How have you been feeling since we released the last one, which was last week?
You
Oh,
said,
also, we don't have mics,
oh yeah,
so don't judge.
we're
Shout out
using
to
our
DJIs,
little
the little
DJI
DJIs,
mics.
and we also can see ourselves on the TV. So,
Yeah.
anyways, how are you feeling? Scale 1 to 10.
Um, since our last podcast, since our last what?
Last cos podcast?
Can't even talk. Since
Since the
our
last
last
podcast,
podcast.
yes.
Mm, well, it's gonna tie into I think what our topic is about.
That's why I asked on purpose.
I think I'm maybe like a 6,
Six, seven.
7. Yeah, I literally was gonna say like 6 or 7.
Um,
6, 7. Yeah. I'll say
ooh,
6.5.
6.5. Okay, for me, I'm gonna say a good. Since we had that conversation, because I have clarity of just everything, I'm a good like 8.5. I'm always gonna score high, guys. Is it? I'm alive. You just being alive,
Yeah.
it's a 10. It's a 10. No, it's not a 10, but it's a good 8.5 right now. Um, we've been getting a really good response on the new
Yeah.
one. It was really good. We got a really
Mhm.
good response, comments, text messages. I've received a lot of DMs. Did you see that
I've
little
gotten
super long DM that
yeah.
I got? It was long, like
Mhm.
super long. I had to send a voice memo to this person because like what I had to say was like it's gonna
Too
be just
much.
as long.
Yeah.
So go ahead. What were you saying?
No, I'm just saying I got messages too, like saying like, "I'm watching your podcast." Like,
Make sure you like this
you always tell me how to talk in mics.
because you don't. You be yes. So
I
what do you
think
think that we have?
no.
Just
Here we
kidding.
go. Yeah, I've been getting well, I got messages like saying like, "I'm looking at your podcast. I'm excited to like, like watch it out," and like I
Yeah,
was just like, "Well,
that's
it's
cool.
cool." Yeah.
It really is. Well, today's topic is something that you kind of was found dozed on. We've been having just conversations, Ashley and I. They've been they've been deep on Monday. Very transparent moment. Ashley and I got into an argument. It wasn't even really an argument. It was
Yes,
just
it was.
yeah. It
Because
was
I got mad at
yeah
you
yeah.
for something that happened, and
So I spanked my daughter.
you were just
Um,
gonna and it's not I didn't get mad because he spanked her.
yeah,
It was just
I left her a little mark, and the thing is,
yeah.
didn't even hit her hard. But she's light skinned. Her skin is sensitive, and she don't ever get hit. So of course your skin's gonna get it. It was a little mark. And it wasn't even hard. It was literally a little mark, and we got into argument about it. But that argument
Escalated, like,
escalated from
from
having a conversation about her me spanking our daughter. Then you like you said you weren't even mad that I spanked her, and I told you that I'm gonna have to spank her because she's just not listening.
it wasn't because she's not listening, it's because
Oh
she's not
yeah,
sleeping,
she's not sleeping,
and we're still currently dealing with that right now, so
and that was and I probably shouldn't. And I know I should have maybe approached that a certain way, but it's like I, I she just is every night.
every night, every, like, 20, 30 minutes, she's getting up asking for
Yeah,
me. I don't get no rest, and I don't get to sleep in my bed.
no,
I have to sleep in her bed, and it's a twin, so it's like, I don't and
yeah,
I get up for Emmy too, so I'm just like, I can't rest,
yeah,
and it messes up my whole day because then I'm just so tired in the morning, and then
yeah.
just it ruins
It does.
m
It you get a
yeah.
lack of sleep, a lack of rest, and then you still have to be a mom throughout the day because you have one kid here with you. I'm at work. Even when I come home from work, it's limited on what I still get to do because they, in a sense, want to be so involved with just being with you because they're just used to you. Um,
Yeah.
so that was just that, and that led to like a whole different conversation. So it went from an argument that lasted maybe 3, 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, to us then
No, it's like
sitting
10
down. Was
minutes.
it 10? I don't know. To me, it was fast. I don't know.
No, it was yeah.
I went from that to where you were sitting where I'm sitting, and I'm sitting where you're sitting. Actually, it's funny, but you were sitting on this side of the couch.
Mhm.
They can't see it, but so yeah, that brought out just like
It's funny 'cause
everything.
it brought out what I, like, spoke to you about, but it wasn't even regarding to
Here,
that.
uh-uh,
I think I just got so overwhelmed
yeah,
with what had happened with her, and
mm,
that already just triggered because of how I've been feeling, and it just
yeah. So
it
you just it's not an explosion, but you just kind of let it out. You finally released what you were feeling, and it was healthy. It wasn't healthy that we've been hold you held that in, but
or the
it
way it
was
had to come out.
but like it was healthy that you were able to release to me how you've been feeling in this big transition and all of that. And it was just even like I can't keep saying to my wife that, well, you're good, you're home all day. And it's like, no, she's not good.
Yeah.
And you as a husband should have been checking in. But because I'm so involved in what I'm doing that I forget that ministry, yes, that's my job. But ministry is my life. You're my life. You're my wife. You know, you're everything to me. Those girls are everything to me. That's my first ministry.
Mhm.
Yes, my church is is also part of the ministry, but like I'm sitting here answering phone calls, text messages, having conversations in person with people, and I'm given in a sense like God's using me to give them life and to speak to their situation. But I can't even speak into my wife's situation because I'm thinking you good.
Mhm.
I'm thinking you're all right because
'Cause
you're
I'm home.
home, you're relaxed. I finally gave you what you wanted. Not what you wanted, but like there's a season where you said like I just want to be
Oh, I'm
like you. I
like,
remember you saying like I just want to be a mom for a little bit, and then I gave it to you. I didn't give it to you. God did really. That would have had nothing to do with it. This was all God, but like in a sense, like I did give it to you, and now you're like, bro, I don't want this. Yes, I want to
it's
be
not
a
that I
mom.
don't want
Yes, I
it.
want the mom life, but like I don't have a routine anymore because we moved 3,000 miles away where the routine's different. You can't go out right now because our other cars broke down. So like you're really stuck at home. So this weather's been super bipolar. It's raining, then it's super hot, then it's freezing, and tornado watch and earthquake. So you haven't really you've been
Mhm.
confined to these four walls, and I didn't notice that. Hey, have you asked your wife how she's doing? You're quick at telling your wife how you're feeling and everything, and I do in a sense give like release what I've been sometimes going through, or sometimes the just the mental battles that I'm going through. But you're not the type to do that, so I have to do the like I have to pull it out of you.
Mhm.
But I haven't even asked you.
Yeah.
You want to speak on that a little bit?
Yeah, so where do I begin? Um, like, yeah, just like how you mentioned, I always wanted to be since a stay-at-home mom, and I kind of was when we were in the Bay Area. I mean, because I work for myself, so I was practically home all the time. Besides, me going to do weddings and all that stuff. But now, like that routine is pretty much non-existent right now.
Yeah.
As as how much it was, because I'm still doing work, and I'm flying out in 2 weeks to do another wedding, and
She
gonna
flight
be
out
there.
like 3 days after my birthday.
I know. I'm sorry.
That's it. I need
um,
that money, shawty.
and so yeah, like I'm here and there, like I'm still working and flying
This
out,
don't
and
even matter.
yeah, it does
Yeah,
because
I know, but
um, see what you did, and so. So without that routine, I just felt kind of like lost or just trying to figure out like what's my
Yeah.
not purpose, but like 'cause I know like I'm meant to be like
You know your purpose, but here.
yeah. And that was just kind of hard for me. And I didn't realize how hard it was or difficult yeah, just how hard it was on me. Um and just like man, I was just like reflecting back and just thinking like photography really is like my safe space, like my creativity, like where I get to just,
Yeah.
create art
Yeah,
with
yeah.
and like capture stuff that I see within my eyes and
Yeah.
like I really like I was just like that's what I am. That's who I am. I'm a photographer, like and of course, I'm a wife and a mother too, but like something that's me
Yeah.
that,
Wow.
you know,
Yeah.
that it doesn't have to involve like anyone else. Like someone that's just like me. Cause for a long time, like I'm like, I don't know who I am. Like, and so moving here, like I said, I didn't realize how I don't know, like it really hit me, like how hard it was on me until I would say last week. It was just like really hard because just like you said, I've just been home. I can't go anywhere. I walk to go pick up Isla from school, and that's literally it.
That's literally all you do.
And then I come home, I clean the mess that the girls make. I make dinner, clean, yeah, and that's my routine. So it's very different from what I was, doing, and it just came to a point where it's just like I felt so alone and isolated, and it's just like I don't know, I just felt alone, and I understand now what stay-at-home mothers what stay-at-home mothers go through when
Yeah.
they feel depressed, when they feel lonely, when they feel like it's the same routine, we're picking up the same toys, we're cleaning up the same dishes,
Not literally though.
it's the same thing, and now I understand, you know, how that feels,
Yeah.
and it's very lonely, and especially now because I don't really have friends here, and that's been also hard because, like he said, like, we only have 1 car now, and to go to church, I'm like, I'm not trying to be at church at 6 in the morning
No, I'm there
with
at
my girls.
5:45.
Like, that's too early for my if it was just me, I wouldn't care, but, like, with the 2 girls, it's
But
just
there was a season in our life where Isla was two, three, two,
mm,
where
3?
some of that where we
Yeah.
would wake up at 5 in the morning because we had to travel an hour and 10 minutes to church, and we were there all day. And that's one thing that I even told you. I said here, um, when kind of the situation with the vehicle and all that, I even told you like, hey, I'm not, I'm not gonna force you to come because it's not that I forced you even over there, but like
Mm-mm.
it was one child, so it was a lot easier. You have two, they're very clingy to you, and when I get to church, it's work mode.
Yeah, and
Like
I'll just be
I'm almost
alone.
like ignoring you, not by
Yeah. No, I
choice,
know. Yeah, I
but
know.
like I'm
I know, you're clocked in.
production director. I got to make sure this service is ran
Yeah.
well. The lighting is well, making sure that whoever's doing lighting is, they're good. Cameras, they're good. Video producer, they're good. Pro presenter, PvP. Even check in quickly on online. I got to make sure audio and lobby is good.
Mhm.
Um, I
You
gotta
practically open up.
I gotta make sure that sermon notes, our sermon notes, the
Yeah,
the points for PT are good. Then I gotta make sure that the lady that's helping him with his notes is like,
I know. I
and
know.
so it's like I don't have,
You can't help me with the
I
girls.
can't, I don't even. I'm gonna be honest, I still don't know how to check in our girls because
Oh, like
even
just to the church?
yes,
Oh.
even when you left and it was just me and Isla,
Mhm.
one of my volunteers took her. Like literally, like, hey Nemo, we're gonna take Isla. I'm like, oh, thank you. she was just gonna sit there because I don't know what to do. I know staff kids is a little different. Things are a little different for staff kids. I don't know nothing when it comes to that. So yeah, I don't want to I don't ever want to force you to do stuff. And the good thing is you're still like tuned in. So
Yeah, I'm
it's
watching both services online, and
I
I'm
mean
always, like, texting you
you're
like, "Hey,
texting
babe,
me
this"
during service. So
like,
it's
yeah.
good for me. It makes me at least feel good that like you're still connected, you're still getting your word, you're still involved, even though you're kind of not involved.
Yeah.
Obviously, by the end of this month, we're gonna get the car fixed. Big difference, God willing, is just the alternator. It's not more than that.
I spoke to my mom. She thinks it's just the battery, because if it was that, it wouldn't turn on,
No, so your
right?
pastor Jamal had the same car, and he said it was his alternator. And when I told him, he said, "Yeah, maybe we can get the battery tested. I hope it's the Lord. Please let it be the battery because that's only $200." Anyways, um,
Okay, I
let's get into this. And we kind of talked about like the insecurities we don't usually talk about.
and that's something that I was also expressing myself to you, because
Yes,
being here home alone, like I said, like I felt lonely and just isolated and just same routine. And within that, like I kind of felt into like a depressed, but not like to where like an extreme like
yeah,
level. But I
yeah.
know like I caught myself feeling like I stay in my pajamas all day long. I sometimes don't even brush my hair. I just put it up in a bun. And then the next it's just like knots. I'm just
But
like,
you
and
always
I don't
have it
care.
in a bun.
No, but like it was just like knot, and I just like, who cares? No one's gonna see it.
Yeah.
Like I just didn't care how I looked, or
And
like,
that's even something I told you Tuesday, I think it was.
yeah.
After that conversation, I remember told you, "Hey, I don't want to be coming home and you in the same pajamas
Mm,
because when I fell into the depression, and my depression was deep.
mhm,
I'm not saying yours. I'm not trying to act like yours is irrelevant because it's far from that. But I remember when I was in that mess, deep mess. I wore the same thing every day. I didn't. I laid down longer than I was supposed to. I really didn't eat. I really didn't do this. I really didn't do that. To the point where my body became dark. To the point where my body became worse. And so I'm like, hey, I don't want you to deal with that.
yeah,
So I said it nice. I was like, hey, baby, you know, I would like for you to be. I don't
yeah,
want to see you in the same clothes I left you in a sense.
yeah.
And in the rest of this week, you haven't. You've been, you know,
And
y-
I've been,
you have been in your granny pajamas.
you saying
um, so
no, yeah.
yeah,
And so, yeah, I just felt a little, depressed, and especially because like I mentioned earlier, like I don't really have friends here,
not yet.
and as I'm saying, like, but like
Yeah, yeah.
I have no one to talk to throughout the day.
She's accepting applications right
Oh
now
my
for
god.
friendships. Just kidding.
And so like I only text you throughout my like you're the only person I talk to
No, you
throughout the
talk to
day.
your mama, your
No, that's what I'm saying.
sisters,
Like, no,
mom.
like
You
that
talk to
if
mom. I
it's
think
not
you talk to my
you,
mom more than me.
no, maybe yeah. But if I'm saying like if it's not you, because I know sometimes you're busy, like, where you don't text me for like 2 3 hours, I'm just like I just FaceTime your mom
Mhm.
so she can see Emmy, or if Isla's already home and she knows she sees the girls, or sometimes like I call my mom just so I can have some type of adult conversation.
Something. Yeah, you're not talking to a kid all day that's listening to Elmo and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
But
For
yeah.
me, the insecurities I don't usually talk about is I tend to overthink. Something that Michael told me this week is he says, "Bro, stop, stop worrying about people like you. Because when God called you, it don't matter if they like you."
Mhm.
He told me that on Tuesday. He's the only person that I talked to about our argument
Mhm.
because he's probably the only one right now that gets us. Because he moved his family from Florida
Yeah.
to here. She left her dream job. to come here. You left, in a sense, your dream job to come here. We have 2 kids, they have 3. We're in the same kind of boat.
Right.
And he was actually the one that said he told his wife, I don't want to see you picking me up from work in the same clothes that you drop me off in." That's when I told you on Tuesday the same thing. And he gave me perspective. But one thing that, to go back to insecurities, he goes, it's not that you want to be seen. It's just you want to have that comfort of knowing they're good. And he told me that, and I was just like, wow, like, and he told me like, you're good, bro. Like you're beast at what you do. Like I don't think you understand. Like you also need to stop telling yourself you don't know what you're doing. Like he went in on me in this, and this is a space that I allow that. Obviously, like I've given him that like do that. When you see things that I'm not maybe seeing, do that. And he did. So one of my insecurities is like where I tend to overthink, and because I overthink, I then am like, oh shoot, they don't like what I'm doing. Man, they probably don't even like me. Like, and then it's like, ho. You didn't fill out no application. You didn't come looking for no job. Bro, God placed you here, dog. What do you so now it's just like it's that reminder of I can't overthink because God placed you.
Yeah.
He purposed you. He called you. You picked up the call. So it's like you can't be overthinking. That's one thing that I've dealt with my whole since we've been together. I dealt with overthinking, and it probably comes from being undervalued a lot. It comes from probably being overseen a lot. Um, it probably comes from people just telling lies on me. It probably comes from a little bit of all that, and probably comes from not hearing your childhood, hearing that I'm not proud of you, or it's not that they weren't, they just didn't hear it. It's
Mhm.
so it really boils down to even my childhood where my parents didn't come to a baseball game of mine. They didn't support me in a lot of the sports. Not that they didn't want to, they just couldn't because of the role that they played in at the church that we were at, and then at the ministry that my parents were at. So the next thing is about like your childhood and how it how it how'd your child yeah, okay. How your childhood shaped the way you love. My parents are great. Mom, dad, I love the heck out of you. You guys are phenomenal. But my childhood, I love my kids more than what I feel I missed. I don't ever want them to miss. So I sometimes love too hard on my kids. They probably don't feel it. 2 and 7. Well, almost 2 and almost 8. They don't, 1 and 7. They don't really feel it like that. But I'm going to do the things that maybe I didn't receive. Well, that I didn't receive, which is, yeah, okay, I had food on my table, great. Yeah, I had clothes on my back, great. But there was no, I'm proud of you. There was no hugging. There was no squeezing. There was no affection. So with them, I'm throwing Emmy up in the air, even though she keeps saying again 50 times, and I do it 50 times. But that's love. Isla, squeezing her, jumping with her, doing little things like that, throwing myself on the floor with them. It's like I'm going to do what I didn't get. Not that it's their fault. They just didn't get it. So that's why I love the way I love. I never saw my parents affectionate toward each other.
Mhm.
You even notice like, no, so what I
Yeah.
do? I'm squeezing you, hugging you all the time, giving you a kiss, whatever, slapping your butt, just whatever it is. It's because I didn't see that. Of course they love each other, and I know that. They've been together 30 years. Like, no,
More
32
there.
years.
I'm
Sorry,
like
32 years. Going on 33 this year. So I know they love each other,
Mm.
but I didn't see that. So that's
Yeah.
why I love the way I love.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a hard lover. I love deeply. If I say I love you, it's because I really do. I don't say that as a term.
Mhm.
No, if I say I love you, it's because I genuinely mean that. And my heart breaks. So that's why but I love hard and I love quickly because maybe I didn't get enough of that.
Mhm. It's weird that it comes so natural to you because you didn't see that or receive it. So, yeah. I don't know, it's just like I'm like, how do you do that?
That's,
I
it
would
has
just
to be
shut
God.
down.
It has to be God. I'm telling you
Yeah.
because like I said my parents and I did get it, but
Not to the extent where
not
you
to the extent
like
where I probably should have gotten it.
yeah.
I you know who loved me a lot and who showed me this was mom and pops.
I was goodness, I knew it.
Malik's parents, my
Yeah.
best friend's parents. They were the ones that like, and that's why when he passed, I took it so hard
Yeah.
because what my dad couldn't do, and when my dad couldn't sometimes be there, he was there. I didn't get to hear "I'm proud of you" a lot from my dad. I heard it every day from him. The night, the night before he died, he were on Facetime me. He said, "Hey man, I'm so proud of you, son. I know how hard you've worked to be where you're at. I know the hell you've had to go through." And so getting the call the next day, knowing that he's passed, and the last thing I heard from him was, "I'm proud of you." That's why I love the way I love,
Mhm.
because he was like that. And what my dad couldn't do because he was doing for others, and I never blame my dad for that. Never. Because my dad's incredible. I call my dad right now and ask him for $100. He's gonna give it to me because he's incredible. He's a freaking amazing man. But I had another guy named Rome that came in and did what he couldn't do. It's not his
Yeah.
fault. My dad didn't get that in his life. My dad didn't hear "I'm proud of you" from my grandma and grandpa. That's why if you try talking about my grandparents to this day, he gets emotional because that's childhood Ephraim.
Mhm.
That's not the almost 60-year-old Ephraim, so and that's why he loves Emmy so hard. Because he's named after grandma. She's named after grandma. She looks like grandma.
Yeah.
Light skin like her, everything. So yeah, go ahead and talk about your childhood.
No, I was just gonna add, like, and I could like testify to like Pops being the way you described him to be, because the only time that I met him, that one time when we, went to go visit, what, like 4 years ago,
Yeah.
um, he opened his arms, both of them, both of Malik's parents opened their arms and their home to us,
They called your daughter immediately. Yeah.
and
He
like,
said, yo, I got a Mexican daughter, yo.
and so, and like, just like the
Oh
whole
man.
family, like they're our family, and they welcomed us, with me and the girls. Cause me and Isla, cause he wasn't born yet, but like it just felt like home, and like he, yeah, like I can just, yeah, I just wanted to say that, but my childhood, um, I would say I kind of dealt the same as you did, um, somewhat minus the affection of like playing around and like making me laugh, doing pranks. Like my mom always like showed up for me in that way. Like
Your mom be laughing about anything, so
I know that's where I get it from though.
we call her right now. She gonna be laughing.
No, hold on, let me fix myself. My legs falling asleep. Um,
Oh yeah, mine's fell asleep like a yeah. I can't. Yeah.
um, but and I would say in the aspect of not hearing too much, I'm proud of you, or like, I guess really that I think I lacked a lot of um words of affirmation, and especially like from my dad's side, like my dad, he's not like a man to express like
No,
in that way.
no.
Um and I think like, as a daughter, that really does affect like the what's that word? Like the oh my god, what's that word? Like the confidence, I guess,
Yeah,
that we would need like growing up and feeling like, oh, it might like if my dad thinks I'm this, like how like sometimes people say like, I want to find my husband as a standard, like as how my dad is,
yeah,
like I want my husband to be just like my dad, or if not like better. Like I have high standards, and like my dad, does this and this and this. Like he gives me confidence. He, you know, all that. Like I didn't really get that, and so I felt like that's where I don't know. It's just
yeah.
I'm
I
not. I
got.
don't know where I'm going with this, but
I at least got your dad's laugh. We the same height.
babe, you're starting to dress like him now,
I'm
because
a
he's in his
cowboy.
cowboy era.
My cowboy. That's look the cowboy. Anyway, but
Gonna
I look
start
better.
zapateando
But
for tomorrow.
I look better than him. So
So yeah, going back to like the childhood, like how I love, I would say it's kind of hard to show that because I didn't really grow up like
it's not that hard for you to show when it comes to our kids.
no, not with our kids and like with you.
Eh,
Um,
with me, you can be a little.
well, if you don't, I don't know, if you don't get me mad
Just joking.
or annoy me, I'm just kidding. Um, but like to open up to like others and like to create friendships, like
Yeah.
I have a very high wall because I was texting Selena today.
Who?
Selena.
Oh,
And
what up,
how
Selena? I know you watching.
she had asked me like how we've been doing, like, and I told her like I've been last week was pretty hard for me, and like, feeling lonely, and like I just pretty much what I just explained to you, like I told her, like kind of summed it up. And um she said a whole bunch of stuff, but it came out to the point where she said like maybe it's just like trust issues, that we had those borders that we create because, you know, and I told her like I think it is because I remembered going into middle school not having
Oh wow,
friends.
middle school.
Yeah.
Wow, I
I
didn't know this.
I didn't really have friends, and like the friends that I did have, I felt like always like the left like the one that's always like left out and like not being included in like certain plans, or like I'm just like there.
Yeah,
And like eventually those friends kind of drifted apart, and then going into high school, I only hung out with two of my cousins. I didn't have really any friends. Like I would say consider friends. I mean, just more like, friendly in class. But like friends, like I didn't have friends in high school.
yeah,
Like I only had two cousins that I hung out with, and that was it. And so like and then I didn't go to college, so I didn't get to have that experience to meet, new people, and then I didn't have a job like a regular job. I worked for my mom at home because she has a daycare. So I didn't have the opportunity to meet people and to be confident into like creating those relationships where I can have friendships. So now as an adult, it's so much harder to get those friends.
yeah. I realize that now. Like, in order for you to have friends, you've already had to kind of almost be their friend for a while. Especially with people like you, that's more
Introvert and just
introverted and stuff.
yeah.
Me, that's more of an extrovert. I'm an extrovert,
And you were
so
in
like
sports in high school and throughout school. You did sports, you did activities, you did
I was
or did
break. I had a break dancing era. I was a break dancer. I was always in front of people. I was always uh things, when it came to sports, I did baseball,
Mhm.
boxed a little bit. I was always involved in something because it's just what it was. So yeah, it made me become easier to have friends. But I have one great friend, my childhood best friend, Malik. We met at church.
Mhm.
We've been best friends since 12, 11. He was 11, I was 12. Uh, but now, like Michael and Anthony,
I know.
it's like almost I found another two Maliks, you know. And those are my dogs. But it's weird because we built a relationship like that. Like it was fast.
Yeah.
But and once again, I'm an extrovert, so it's easier. It's easier for me to do that. But to wrap it all up, this is all coming from our childhood.
Yeah.
And when we don't release the things that has happened in our childhood, as an adult, we're now still dealing with the same issues. There's the same wound that's never been healed. It's the same, it's the same scab that we still keep scratching and it bleeds.
Yeah.
We never fully let it get to where it disappears.
And the thing is with that though, with me, like, when I was texting that to Selena, like, I didn't realize that that's why I struggle. Like, it just came to my mind, like, oh my god, like going back, I can to seventh grade, like I didn't have friends, and elementary, I mean, everyone, everyone's friends with everyone, but like true friendships where you are developing, like, you're developing. I don't know. It's like you're
Yeah,
starting to like
yeah,
guys or girls, and like
yeah.
you that click. Everyone has starting to have different clicks, and that's when it was like, oh my god, I don't have friends. And that's when like when she texted me, I was just like, oh my gosh, that's where it
But if
stems
you really
from.
look at it, your mom don't got really. It's her sisters for the most part.
And she has
Your
a few other
your
friends. Yeah,
dad. It's really
there's a couple.
his
Yeah, my
brothers.
parents do have just a couple of friends. Like they don't have
Yeah,
like a
no, yeah,
massive friend group.
yeah.
Even like growing up, like
And also
there
the
wasn't.
friends that you do have live in California. I mean,
I was gonna say no,
I
no, no.
can't really use that as an excuse because me and Malik haven't lived nowhere near each
Near each
other
other. Yeah.
since I was seven. Since it was seven, what 17, 18, 17 when I moved to California. So, but it does come down to like our childhood.
Yeah.
It comes down to things that we've experienced in our childhood that we've never just let God do a work in us and let God heal us.
And then now, like, just to, sorry if I'm cutting you, but like
No,
when
I'll cut
I
you
was
all the time.
putting Isla to sleep right now, like I was just like, Lord, I'm not trying to deal with this another night. So I got some oil, I smacked it on her head, and
Dang.
I just prayed on her. And like, and I also like, about her the sleeping stuff. I don't know what's keeping her up, but like, you know, and I just prayed over that. And then I also just like added like for her to not experience like what we've dealt with, with child like with friends. I was like, I want her to have friends. I don't want her to feel left out.
Yeah,
I want her to experience like true friendships where, she doesn't feel like insecure or she feels like left out, like I said, or just
yeah,
like less than.
yeah,
And so it's just like, and I know right now with her school transition, like it's been hard on her because she says a lot of her friends are like mean or like there's bullies in school and like and she and we're gonna be honest, you guys, like she goes to a black school. She's
she
like the only
she was used to Asians and
Mexicans.
Mexicans,
And it was
Middle Eastern.
it was a bunch of cultures at her old school.
Yeah,
And then now it's, I would say,
predominantly
99%.
just African Americans. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's very different for her. The culture is different. And so it's been very hard for her, and
she
it's
a
just
little
like
Cali white girl, bro. I'm
she
just
is. She's a Bay Area girl, but she was born
not
in
deep, but
Clovis.
she blowing
So,
clothes. She a white girl. No,
but
I'm
she a Bay
just
Area girl though. She was
yeah,
born in the Bay. I mean, born in the Bay. She was raised in the
raised in the
Bay.
Bay.
So it's
But
like,
it was a very multicultural. Here,
right.
it's very. The South is very, You have your African Americans,
or
your
the
and
whites.
whites.
But, like, in the area we're in, though, it's
Our whole complex is black, and we got some Puerto Ricans.
yeah.
We do got some Puerto Ricans here,
But
which
so
basically is black. We just the light skin, right?
so, yeah, I just pay that over her because, like, man, like, I didn't realize, like, stem from a young age, like, that's where it all started on that.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't want her to deal with that.
yeah. I'm just great. Yeah, you guys understand, like in the '90s and the early 2000s, late
It was
'90s,
so
early
different.
2000s. Yo,
So
I was
different.
outside until the
Yeah.
street light was on
Yeah.
around my block, around my
Playing hide and go
neighborhood.
seek behind trash cans,
So
running
you ever heard of
around.
manhunt? That was at night though.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah,
Yeah.
nah. You
No,
said how
yes.
to we used to
No,
play
but, like, yeah,
manhunt
I
at
would do
night.
that too, though,
You know, try getting in dumpsters.
and I
We
didn't
was
wanna get in
getting all
that.
we was getting all kind, you know. Anyways, we ain't gotta talk about that. But it was very different to compared to the girls now. Like
And I
you didn't
blame
you
all
didn't
technology, man.
you didn't hear about a lot of like child molestation, uh child what's that called? Child traffic, sex trafficking, and stuff like that. You didn't hear a lot of that. At least, I mean, we were kids, so of course we didn't hear a lot about it. But if like our parents heard a lot about it, we wouldn't be outside like we were. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. When I tell you, you know that gas station's at right here by the light, way
Mhm.
over here when you going towards Walmart. I was out that far.
Yeah, no.
As soon as I saw a street light, I knew I had to go. So just think about that. Like
I know.
you saw the neighborhood I grew up in.
Yeah.
That ain't neighborhood you just gonna be out. Just be honest. You saw how far the school was. That's why I said like from here to there. We was in the school all the time playing football and baseball and kickball and wrestling and tag and riding bikes. We thought we was BMXers, you know. So nowadays our kids don't have that. It's unfortunate, but the fact
Yeah.
that we've been able to now sit back this week and realize like this is childhood Ashley that we're dealing with. This is childhood Nehemiah that we're dealing with. And we need to start, first of all, we gotta let it and give it to God, but start to develop, like find it, how can we move past that so it doesn't affect us and we don't put it on our daughters.
Mhm.
You're one phenomenal mom. I don't know how your mom was. Well, I kind of do. They're total opposite of your mom. They're total opposite of your dad. You give affirmation to our kids. You affirm them all the time. It's like the you cutting Isla's hair that yesterday. It's just but it's little things like that
Yeah.
that's like it's love.
She was so happy, I know.
Your mom didn't do that for you. Your dad didn't do that for you. Yes, don't get me wrong, you had a season where they probably were like that, but like you've been like that since she was born 7 years, almost 8 years ago. I Emmy, that's why she's a Velcro baby
Oh
because
my
you're
gosh,
such a
yes.
loving person, a loving mother to them, and like your love, you can tell how much our kids are loved by how like Isla loves people. And me,
Mhm.
we still working on that. But like Isla,
Yeah.
she loves people. She
Mhm.
loves to be around people. She loves to tell people everything because she's loved by her mom and dad.
Mhm.
She's, even when she does wrong, and this is something that I need to stop doing. Even when she's wrong and punished, I still unpunish her 20 minutes later. Or I tell her, you ain't getting nothing when we go to the store. And she gonna come back with three things. And that's just because and that's something that I have to work on. But I love my girl so much. Like I love to see the joy on her face.
Mhm.
And granted, we're not making her materialistic because far from that, but yeah, man, it's just,
Something that we definitely have to keep digging into and just
yeah,
peel.
yeah. And it's a healing process, man. If anything, what Forest City has done, like our tag is move forward. One of our tags is move forward. Like legit. we're moving forward and all the things. Right?
Hmm.
Your past is gone, your future waits. You move forward with God, like legit.
Yeah.
This place is this church is changing my life. Not even because of the job, but it's like it's just changing my life. I wouldn't the man that I'm becoming, the man I'm looking in the mirror is different. He's different. His love is different. His his mind is different. It's just being more intentional. If anything, what I've learned so much now is being intentional and being serious. You gotta be serious with this. And so from now on, that's just the way that we have to live. We have to live on purpose. Like everything we do is on purpose. For a better podcast, it's on purpose. Capturing moments photography, it's on purpose. Whatever else I do outside the Nehemiah the production director, on purpose. Nehemiah the content creator, on purpose. Nehemiah the father, on purpose. Ashley the mother, on purpose. Ashley the wife, on purpose. Me Nehemiah the husband, on purpose. Everything we do from now on is it's on purpose. It comes with intentionality. Like we're intentional about it. We're
Hmm.
intentional. We're not taking this stuff for granted. We're not taking one thing that California did to we took a lot of things for granted. We did.
Yeah.
We did. We took a lot of things for granted. I did. I can't speak for you, but I did.
No, no, yeah.
And now it's like you don't. That's why I talk to my mom almost every day. It's like, yo, I took that for granted.
Hmm.
I missed the heck out of my mom. I took that for granted. Just sitting on the couch with her. I took that for granted. I didn't take advantage of that. I didn't take advantage of the drives going every Friday with my dad or Saturday with my dad to the mall. Looking at the same stores, the same clothes. Don't ever buy anything. Going to eat Chili's every Friday or Saturday. Going to Golden Corral once a month because that's when we mix, so we would switch it a little bit. But like I took that for granted, man. I took that for granted. I took the
Yeah.
wisdom that I could have had from my dad for granted. Man, the gems that he did lay on me, the things that I do. That's why people say I'm a great leader, man. I'm a great leader because who's taught me. My dad, Mel, Jesse, PT. I want to be a reflection of those men that I want to be a reflection of God, of course, but like I also want you to be able to see the people that have. I've only been under PT's, leadership for going on. Well, no,
It's
three
been three
months.
months. Yeah.
It's 3 months.
To the day, no? Oh
No, no,
no,
no,
that's
no.
on St. Patrick's
It's on
Day.
Saturday.
No,
So on Saturday is 3 months.
I thought it was on the
No, no,
17th.
no, no. 21st when we moved.
Oh,
Oh no,
s-
no, you're right. It was the 17th. My bad. You're right. St. Patrick's Day.
yeah,
My first day on the job was the 21st. That's why.
yeah.
But we've only been now 3 months under his leadership, and it has changed my life. And it's not even the fact that like I have a whole bunch of conversations with him. I don't, but he do text me, and like, and he's at the church every
Mhm.
day. Like, so it's not like I don't have interactions with him.
Yeah,
But man, I've seen that man on stage preaching. I've seen that man at his house chilling. I've seen that man in the green room, and he's the same person.
he really is. Yeah.
PJ, the same. She hugs you like a mother. That's a mom hug when she comes and hugs you. And when she says she love you, she really mean that. When PT smacks me in my chest every week, PT, my chest hurt. Come on, man. Like, and he say he love you, I love you, boy. Like, he really means that.
Mm.
And like that's that leadership that like even Pastor Jamal, my God, the wisdom this dude has. Man, I can't take that for granted. So I have to be able to take advantage of the cheat codes I got to advance my life, to advance, my life as a husband, to advance my life as a father, to advance my life as a friend, as a leader. not to advance my life to become rich and wealthy and famous. Forget all that.
Mhm.
Because the greatest wealth you're gonna have is you. The greatest wealth you're gonna have is how did you do things. I'm wealthy already. I'll say this: I'm rich. I'm getting my way to wealth because look at the people that I have surrounding me.
Mhm.
Even Tim be dropping some gems in these conversations, in these meetings, and even in our one-on-one meetings. This guy he's changed my perspective on a lot of things, and he's corrected me on some stuff. But it's like if they don't correct you, they don't love you. That's just what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
So, you got anything else to say? Because we can keep talking.
No.
We didn't even go through everything.
I know. It was only 2 points, and that was, like, 5, I think.
Six.
So,
So, yeah.
yeah, no, I think I'm good.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, the next episode we'll have our mics. We'll probably go back to
Yes.
2 cameras. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment. And if this touched you and you feel like, hey, this speaks to me, um, it's free to share. So just share it for us. Hopefully, it can touch someone else too. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Nehemiah. This is my beautiful wife.
Ashley.
And we'll see y'all on the next episode.
Bye.
Peace.